actually, let's see. Yeah, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. All right, you're talking to the world now.
Hello, 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 world. Um, yes. So welcome. This is the Oakland Poetry Slam, virtual slam number 1 that we're having. Happy quarantine, everyone. My name is Reggie, and I will be your host this evening. We have a great slam for us tonight, but before we begin, I got some ground rules for everybody. First, for the poets, no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment, and you have a time limit of 3 minutes and 10 seconds. There is a time penalty after 3 minutes and 10 seconds, 0.5. For every 10 seconds that you go over. And at 4 minutes, we don't have a DJ to play you off stage, so we will just cut your mic and mute you. That is awkward for everyone involved, including myself. So please do not hit the 4 minute mark. I do not want to scream internally out of sheer pain from having to interrupt the awkwardness of that all. Next for the judges. Judges, y'all have the hardest job tonight. You have to judge the poetry semi-openly. Judges will be giving a 0.0 to 10.0 scale. 0.0 being the worst piece of shit you ever heard in your life. It's like quarantining with Trump. Um, I saw some faces jump up. Yeah, it's bad. A 10.0 is like the best thing that you ever heard. It's Trump's on quarantine and no one else. Um, wishful thinking, there's not a lot of zeros, not a lot of 10s, score accordingly. You'll be sending in your scores through private message to our scorekeeper, Colin. As well. And Colin will be sending.
Please send me like a what's up message just so that I know y'all all can send me a message.
Yes, send him a what's up message so he can see y'all. Let's see. We're not gonna just throw you out there and be like, haha, Judge a Slam. No, we'll have a sacrificial poet. They'll go before all the other poets. They're not competing, but you're going to score them as if they are. Any poems you like more, score them higher. Any poems you don't like as much, score them lower. Next for the audience. I know we not live, but y'all got some rules too. Number 1, always like, share, subscribe to our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook, Oakland Poetry Slam. Comment on our feed as much as possible. So if you hear something you like, post it in our live stream. That goes for other poets. You can post something in the Zoom group chat if you hear a line that you like. Show love. We're not live, but we can still receive your energy if you are willing to give it. And then finally, freedom of speech. Poets are going to be coming up here and spitting their truth. However, being able to say whatever the fuck you want doesn't mean that you should. So please use discretion. You are still accountable for everything that you say and do on this live stream. Even more so because we have a larger audience to reach out to. So be real, but don't be rude. Yeah, let's see. I think that's it. We got the rules for the poets, the judges, the audience. I think we're ready to start oh no, we need our sacrificial poet. Someone to get the judges ready. And so, yeah, I guess I will be your sacrificial poet tonight. Damn, I'm not prepared. Arvin, do you want to shout out Bay Poets Unite real quick while I look for a poem?
Yeah, sure. Please subscribe to Bay Poets Unite. Bay Poets Unite is our YouTube and media platform. We stream all the major slams in the Bay Area. That includes Oakland Slam, Alchemy Slam, Berkeley Slam, San Jose Slam, Santa Cruz Word Church, Queer Mountain, and The Bridge. You can find us on YouTube. All the shows are live streamed on there as well as on other social media platforms. We also have new poems coming out there every Thursday. So please go check that out if you're looking for some amazing content from the Bay featuring Bay Area poets. Bay Poets Unite.
Um, yeah, I see, Will, you offered to Sack. Would you like to? Lit. So our sacrificial poet, everybody, give maximum love, send out good energy to our poet, Will.
All right, Will, you have the floor.
Microphone check.
We can hear you.
This poem is called Pokemon Blues Red Version. What? Diglett is evolving. Diglett has evolved into Doug Trio. So my depression is an underground dick who is always inviting friends to the party. It is a sad leather husk who only knows how to dig. Mount Moon is this cave where all 10-year-old fears live, like what if my batteries die before I save the game? Or what if he comes home angry again? What if McDonald's shuts down? What if my fake cries aren't as convincing as I think the world thinks they are? What if I'm allergic to ice cream? You see, Mount Moon, in this darkness, it does not welcome vapid deceit. That cave waits until you fall into a hole of your own making. The ground moans as something laughs underneath you. Or do you imagine the ceiling-bound Zubat nibbling on your ear? You capture it, name it anxiety, and hope it will now work for you. This is why we continue to play the game, hoping the voices of charred glass inside of us could be captured, carried, and trained like if you name your depression fourth hand dildo, you will laugh. You will laugh when it rips up the floorboards. You will laugh when you are choking on sawdust. You will laugh when it pulls you underground. Your body is Mount Moon, a dark cave you are trapped in. Liquor is an escape rope you can buy at every store. When you wake up outside, the sun prying into your eyes, no memory of the night before, you know it was worth it. You know it was worth every cent. You are still 10-year-old angry though. Anxiety whispers you ran away because you are so weak. So you buy more potions at the store, walk in small circles, grinding through the grass for hours, hurting other people with your fourth hand dildo is how you gain experience. You only feel safe when your depression is the strongest thing about you. You are confused. You hurt yourself in confusion.
All right, that was our sacrifice, Will. So judges, this is your practice. You get to decide what that poem gets. Send your scores into Colin. Speaking of Colin, he he held me accountable and let me know that I did not announce the order for the poets. So the poets will be reading in this order. We got Tokyo Terra, then we got Damani Thomas, then we have Scriptures Raw, then we have Nicole Tracy. Give maximum energy to every single poet that's going to be touching this slam tonight. So on deck, we got Damani Thomas, but give maximum love to our first poet of the slam. Give it up for Tokyo Terra.
Okay, you have the floor.
Hey, cool. So, oh my gosh, I haven't performed in like 2 months. I'm Tara. It's nice to see everyone. I just made like, oh, sorry, I should just get into my poem. But yeah, I'm super excited. I just made a Zoom like recently. So this one's called My Feelings Are Real and My Feelings Are Feared. I can't recall the first time my heart shattered. But the worst kind of pain someone can give you is when they claim your pain doesn't matter. As a woman and a girl, I've constantly had my feelings invalidated. You're crazy, you're overreacting, you're feeling anger when you shouldn't be feeling shit, they say. They said, and I repeated it to myself till it became a reflex of a thought process. But regardless, I maintain a quality, an inner source that strives to guide me out my darkness, only to get reeled back into this trained internalization in this tug of war between I'm weak and I'm strong, between I can't find hope and please hold on, between I want nothing but to feel numb and I want to be inspired by the power of music and song. Females are strong as hell, damn it, is exactly why they try to break us down. I find it ironic and misguiding. Society says, grow some balls, grow a pair when they want someone to show strength. When such genitals are as sensitive as men's egos, it doesn't take far to think. When you take power away from a man, sorry, I messed up. When you take power away from a woman, she says, fine, I'll find a way to live. When you take power away from a man, he throws the biggest fit. I'm at a point in my life where I'm unlearning every social construct and myth. I was born as your equal. You will not try to shrink me to an idealized dimension of my waist and hips. I am more than beauty. I am intellect. I am a warrior of battles and scars. You men have the hardest time wrapping your heads around, probably because you want to continue wearing the crown. Can we please, as a society, stop drowning out the sounds of a woman resisting? Can we stop dismissing our agonies as crazy, as overreacting, dramatic, paranoid? Women, can we please stop listening to these men and diagnosing ourselves as crazy, as overreacting, dramatic, paranoid? I can't recall the first time my heart shattered. But the worst pain someone has given me is when a man told me my feelings weren't real and how I should be feeling instead. I know now, my feelings are not to be ashamed of. My feelings should not be suppressed. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Tokyo Terra. Everybody give maximum love to Tara. And for everyone who was here for our sacrifice, Will got a 26.5, but it's not about the points. Of course, it's about the poetry. We're all sitting at home. So it has to be about the poetry. So let's see, on deck, we got Scriptures Raw, but give maximum love to the next person coming up onto the open slam. Give it up for Damani Thomas.
Damani, you have the floor.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
New shit. My family doesn't make photo albums anymore. Just dirty carpets, prayers, and missing posters in every unsaved number. Just recipes of and scar tissue. Diabetes medicine splayed out next to a tower of peppermint candies. Like God is preying on the weakest of us with an Alzheimer's memory. Forgotten remorse. What does not kill us makes stronger, so thinning blood in Darwin's theory must be distant cousins. Speaking of distance, I have not seen some people since the news coverage turned Kardashian. Hurricane Katrina and my family are the same in that some government condoned of violence and no one's heard from them since. Tangent. Believe all of this to be true. Last I heard, the boy that taught me to pop fireworks in the fragile of my palms was living in a football stadium. Maybe someone told me otherwise once. Maybe I'm choosing what to question mark. Maybe I'll ask what happened to him when my grandmother wakes up. I am a water baby, salt water and some ligaments in the shape of bloatfish for stomach, minnow for rare organs, octopus tendrils for appendages I might scab and grow back. I know what it means to swim in packs and try not to die. Survivor of 2 oceans trying to kill me. One Atlantic, one I call a body, the killing joke. My kin is your kin, her that's her kin too. Fictive in blood, but we can see it everywhere. So when I found out Janis Joplin once said, being black for a while will make you a better white, I thought, it's just so easy to be black these days, you know? Rachel and Danielle paved the way for them, like it's in their DNA now. Fake Bantu knotted Oakland tongue double helixes, weaves into overpriced top ramen diet. If you are what you eat, then to consume a body means you too are NWA, Section 80, Hurricane Katrina's red line, the subject of old Kanye's George Bush doesn't give a fuck about black people speech. In front of me, some silhouette watches the slave trade happen. And somewhere, a white girl says she can't be racist, says she's only 17 but 1/8 Ida B, says she loves the NFL and street ball, and if she could, she would let Pornhub's entire BBC category start a daycare in her stomach. I laugh, tell her I think she has my great-grandmother's mouth in her teeth. I say, my country loved me blue. My country took my dust-soaked skeleton and put me in a thrift shop my probable children can't afford. My country loved me once and never texted me back.
All right, thank you, Damani. Everybody send good vibes to the poet. Before we continue, I just want to shout out a couple things. It's it's a lockdown, and we an event, and that's a problem. Yeah, it's hard to make money and be sustainable in a time where we can't have like live events with covers and 60 to 125 people willing to donate money to keep us going. So I do want to shout out ways that you can support Oakland Slam and Rich Oak events. The group and collective that puts Oakland Slam on. You can donate to us via Venmo at Rich Oak Slam. You can donate to us via Cash App at Rich Oak Events. And you can donate through us monthly through Patreon, patreon.com/Rich Oak Events. Donating monthly really does help us stay sustainable. We have a current campaign going on right now where if we can get 30 people to donate $7 a month, when we return back into doing events, we can waive our cover for every single performer that walks through our doors. So if you want to not just help us restart when we come back on a good note, but like on a high note, better than we were when we came into this, that would definitely help us be able to spread art and culture around the Oakland Bay Area. That being said, our last poet, Tara, got a 26.1. Once again, it's not about the points, it's about the poetry. So on deck, we got Nicole Tracy, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Scriptures Raw.
Scriptures Raw, you have the floor.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. It's called George Stinney. I'm 14 years old and I'm frightened. My mother and my father have been banned from the city. I've been banned to prison, strapped in this chair, crying, "Mother, Father, come get me." These brutal beasts through eyes that's teary look like silhouettes of evil beings. They place my vision inside this cruel and creepy hood that's stinky. Made me bite down on this muzzle thingy. I can feel the water now, I'm so scared. Whole body shaking now. I can feel it everywhere. The light is so intense, I can't make out anything, but a feeling pierces through my soul. Now all I do understand. I was born black in a racist world, accused of killing 11-year-old Betty and 7-year-old Mary, two white girls that I've never met. Convicted by 12 Klansmen, 2-hour deliberation. I was guilty from the beginning because my blackness is a reminder to them of their inferiorness. My name is George Stinney Jr., and 5,380 votes entered through my body. They thought that I was dead, but I lived. Energy shifted, drifted till it find the right conduit to let this voice be known again. Let Eric Garner breathe again. Trayvon Martin have his Skittles. Micah Johnson rise with him. Kazo Sepinepra rise with him too. Channel Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, gun in hand for the slave that wants to go back to it. In this vessel is housed Dessalini. When he embodied Ogun's Ashe. Ashe Tan is the law enforcement agency. The law they don't keep, but enforces theirs upon me. They are not authority. I am the author of this ori here. And this black that I'm encased in, they have hated since their making. So let rise from you a nation dedicated to these cage demands. I am George Stinney Jr. Many others have fallen, did the same dance, and they shall rise again. Rise against this religions of enslavement. When he says make America great again, he's talking about his corporation. And that nation brought to this nation has no place in it. So Hulu Sasa to every black conscious nation. I am George Stinney Jr. I am Stephen Clark. I am Oscar Grant. I am all the divine countless beings that whose blood has ran through these streets. And at the end of the oppressor of this ununited states of America, KKK.
Thank you, Scriptures Raw. Everyone give maximum good energy for the Scriptures Raw. Yes. Let's see. I gotta scroll back at this score because I've been low-key drinking. Speaking of drinking, I'm just gonna share with everybody what I'm drinking on. I'm drinking on a Jamaica Fresca that's been spiked with both Hennessy and Malibu. I call this Thugs on the Beach. You can call it delicious. I highly recommend. Someone asked Reggie, is it really low key that I've been drinking? Like, yes, because everybody else, if you know me, you know I've been drinking. If you don't know me, you probably guessed it.
Reggie, doesn't our host venue have drinks as well?
Yes. That is also our host venue where we are normally at is Luca's Tap Room. As far as I know, they are still open for pick up, take out, and delivery. If you are in the Oakland area and you are able to support businesses, especially restaurants that are still open during this crisis, please support our venue, Lucas Tap Room. They've been in the area for like 13 years. And this is a time where institutions that have been around in the community are the ones that are most at risk of closing right now. So definitely help keep our show at Lucas by keeping Lucas open. Give them your business and give them your money for sure. And let's see. Let me go right back up. And Damani had a 27.8. Once again, it's not about the points, it's about the poetry. And speaking of poetry, we have one last poet in the first rounds. So everybody give maximum love to Nicole Tracy.
Nicole, you have the floor.
Can everyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Dope. So April is Sexual Assault Month, which is why I wanted to do this poem, especially for that, and name it. That being said, content warning for sexual assault. The rape apologist says to the survivor, he's not blaming me, just the red solo cup for being so irresistible, the game for being so much fun, my hand for being the perfect fit for the cup, my mouth for wanting to drink, my blood for having such a high alcohol content, my voice for saying how much I love the taste of my own drink. My words, even though they didn't tell you the best way to try my drink was to kiss me, but you for kissing me anyways. He's not blaming me, but asks what I was wearing in the same breath. He's not blaming me, just the clothes I was wearing, how I wear them, because my confidence was just so attractive. He's not blaming me. He's just blaming me for loving myself and dressing how I want. He's not saying it was my fault, but tells me I was foolish for thinking my own bedroom would be safe. Blames me for feeling comfortable. Blames me for mistaking comfort and safety. He says it's not my fault, but says there's nothing sexier than a girl who's comfortable, as if comfortable means I've let my guard down. The rape apologist asks me his name, as if the name of my rapist absolves him of all guilt. Asks me, I'm sure, as if I don't know my own body. I tell him my body knows what it feels like to not belong to itself. My body knows better than him. My body knows better than him, despite his attempt to make me believe something else. The rape apologist blames everything and everyone except the rapist, but says he doesn't blame me. Says not all men, but asks why more rapists aren't convicted, but doesn't ask why his behavior enables them to walk free. Doesn't ask how he can represent something of a larger problem. The rape apologist is right, though. Not all men are nice guys. Not all men will walk me home without ulterior motives. Not all rapists will be convicted. Not all rapists will even see the inside of a courtroom. The rape apologist says he doesn't blame me, just everything about me. Says it's not my fault. He wants to say it is.
Thank you, Nicole. That was Nicole Tracy. Everybody give maximum love to the poet. So yeah, let me see. I'm looking for scores that got buried by young chats. And Scriptures Raw got a, I feel like I announced that score already. No, I didn't. Scriptures Raw, did I announce your score? See, now y'all know I've been drinking. Scriptures Raw got a 26.5. And once again, it is not about the points, it is about the poetry. Lit, that's the first round. I'm waiting to announce Nicole Tracy's score. But while we're waiting for the scores and to start the second round, I'll talk a little bit about some of the other stuff going on in the Bay. You have every Monday on Instagram Live at the Legendary Collective, the Word Church open mic is having a virtual open mic. Y'all should definitely check that out. They're great. It's lit. What else? Every third Tuesday is yours truly, Oakland Slam, right here on Zoom. Check our Facebook and our Instagram for more information on how you can sign up next time. Let's see, every Wednesday, the Berkeley Poetry Slam will be having events. It'll either be a slam or a watch party event of a previous slam, depending on the date. Check out the Berkeley Slam for more information about that.
There's one tomorrow.
There is one tomorrow. You should definitely check that out. Is there a way that people can sign up?
I believe there's a sign up list, but
yeah, the sign up list is still open. It's available through the Berkeley Slam Instagram page. So if anyone wants to sign up to slam and win some money, just go to the Berkeley Poetry Slam Instagram, and the link should be in the bio. $50 for first place, $30 for second, $20 for third. So yeah, more chances to win money, and get yourself some money during this run, because it's not nice being broke.
And
not at all. So
to answer a question, is there an age limit for it? No, the Berkeley Poetry Slam is an all ages event, whether in person or online. So no matter how old you are, I definitely encourage you to especially I host Oakland and Rich and Alchemy Slam, so I'm partial to that. But also Berkeley Slam is a great venue. It's the venue that I grew up in, so definitely check them out. Their IG account is Berkeley Slam. Super simple. I'm so glad it's not complicated. And let's see. And Nicole got a 26.9. All right. How are we feeling? Do we want to take a 2-minute break or something, or do we want to get right back into it?
I'd say let's get right back into it.
Lit. We got word from our streamer, so it's law. Thanks God. Let's see. Our order will be thus. We won't have a sacrifice. I trust the judges are all properly lubricated for the next round of activities. If you are not properly lubricated, communicate, because without lubrication, this is going to be a complete shit show. So the poets shall be reading in this order. We got Nicole Tracy, we got Scriptures Raw, we got Damani Thomas, and we got Tokyo Terra. Lit, yeah. If anybody's wondering, we just did reverse order of appearance. We didn't do anything special. So on deck, we got, I almost read it backwards. On deck, we have Scriptures Raw, but give maximum love to the first poet of the second round. Give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Oh, you have the floor.
I'm not going to do a mic check this time because I just spoke. Trying to breathe through a panic attack, according to the 4, 7, and 8 technique. Inhale for 4. 1, this is just a typical breath. 2, this is just a deep sigh. 3, my lungs are filling up, but this doesn't make me feel better. 4, keep inhaling. I wonder if lungs can burst from holding too much air. Hold your breath for 7. 1, don't exhale. 2, hold your breath, pretend you're underwater. 3, if I was underwater, would I be drowning? I know how to swim. Why can't I be above the water? 4, if I am trapped underwater, it must be the ocean. Just like panic, the waves come out of nowhere. 5, my lungs are filled with water, no air, but why am I drowning, not floating? 6, I think I'm dizzy. Have I eaten today or do I need to exhale? 7, don't exhale yet. Exhale for 8. 1, why do I exhale twice as long as I inhale? 2, if holding my breath is an ocean, does exhaling make my breath the waves? 3, oh crap, that means I just drowned myself. 4, I need to exhale, but now I just want to hold my breath and drown again. 5, just focus on exhaling. You're almost there. 6, my exhale can be waves. After all, sounds of the ocean are supposed to be calming. 7, therefore breathing must be calming. 8, I should be calming for myself.
Thank you, Nicole. All right. Everybody send maximum love to Nicole. Judges, you know what to do. Send your scores to Colin Edmonds. Yeah, I'm gonna put your government out like that. All right. On deck, we have, I already lost the list. I knew I should have had you text this to me instead of putting it in this chat. On deck, we have Damani Thomas, but give maximum love to the second poet of the second round. Give it up for Scriptures Raw.
Scriptures Raw, you have the floor.
All right, y'all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. This one's titled Little Sis. Little Sis is 15. Can't accept the memories of childhood, so she decides to pop X and wash it down with Hennessy. But still, she can't find peace. How can she? When every time that the high comes down, reality hits harder than a ton of bricks. Father shot dead in front of her eyes. She was 13. He was only 27. Police rule it a normal Oak Park shooting, but all she thinks is, what's normal about a mindless shooting that takes the life of any man? So she drinks, to drown her sorrows. Only 15 and rocks more scars than a multi-tour vet, and war's just as senseless. Then she sobers up to find her non-stable, unable to love, bitter alcoholic, 14 years her senior mother, threatened by her beauty. Called by every foul term, cursed for trying to seduce her no good, rapist of a boyfriend who continues to force himself on her. So she cries and breaks down, runs away to a place even darker, the cold, mean streets. It defeats the toughest amongst them. Never knew love, so when an older guy in a fly ride swept her off her feet, whined and dined her, whispered he loved her, she believed him. But he was only a fast-talking pimp on the scout for a new victim, and he got her, hook, line, and sinker. Now she finds herself soliciting her body for an abusive pimp, and she can't even recognize herself. Never had much time to dream, but now she sees something that she doesn't want to be. So she tries to leave, and she's met with a backhand and the pimp on top yelling, "I own you, bitch!" He beats and he beats her till his words and actions shatter every delusion of his love. And in her feelings of hate and rage, she races to the nightstand where he keeps his 9 sig, not knowing how to shoot. She just squeezes, hitting him 5 out of 13 times, dropping him to the bedroom floor. 16 years old and forced to take a soul. It's a cold, cold world. She rocks in a ball next to a body grown cold and shocks his memory of her body's father's resurface. Not that she forgot, it would always hurt. Police arrive to take her away, but this shall be a justified case. Little sis turned 17, giving birth to a kid, and she has hardly lived. But little sis has found will. And even though every time that she looks at her son's face, she sees that pimp's face, she loves him with all that she got. And all that she got might not be a whole lot, but the love that she gives to her son is more than she ever had. Thank you.
Thank you, Scriptures Raw. Yes. Yes, give maximum love to Scriptures Raw. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, Nicole Tracy had a 24.8. Once again, it's not about the points, it's about the poetry. Before I continue, I'm just gonna shout out one more time, maybe another time after that, we'll see. But the ways that you can donate to Oakland Slam, I encourage everyone who's watching, everyone who's involved to, if they are able, make a donation. I understand that these are very tough times for everybody, but mutual aid is important. So if you have something that you are able to give, if you're looking at places to donate, I highly encourage that you look at us. We are fiscally sponsored by a 501c3 nonprofit, Bay Area Creative. So any donation you do make is tax deductible. You can donate through Venmo at Rich Oak Slam. You can donate through Cash App at Rich Oak Events, and you can donate monthly at patreon.com/Rich Oak Events. Every donation goes right back into running this show and making sure that after this crisis, we can come back strong. That being said, like I said earlier, we're currently doing a Patreon campaign where anybody, if we get 30 donors donating $7 a month, we will be able to come back after this lockdown and not charge performers a cover for our event. So if you want to make art and poetry in spaces like ours more accessible for poets and artists definitely donate monthly, even if it's something small. Anything we have as little as $2 a month to $100 a month, every little bit makes a difference in making sure that we have the budget to be able to provide the events. And
What does the $100 do?
what does $100 do? The one, I'm so glad you asked. The $100 a month goes right to supporting the venue for our sister show, the Alchemy Open Mic. If you donate $100 a month, all of that $100 goes right to the Alan Bluford Center for Justice, an Oakland-based community center on 25th and Telegraph that is dedicated to creating spaces for artists and events, as well as the public face for anti-police brutality activism in Oakland. So if you are here for the establishment of the militarized police state, you should definitely donate $100 a month to us as a 501c3 nonprofit. Those donations would go right to the Allen Bluford Center for Justice, making sure that they can keep their lights on and that building running, regardless of whether or not we're in there, because that space isn't so important to the Oakland community, it's so important to the Bay community, it's important to the world. So if you definitely have it, donate that $100 a month so we can gift the Allen Bluford Center with something that, with the money that they quite honestly deserve for the work that they've done in the community. That being said, on deck, we got Tokyo Terra. We give maximum love to the next person coming up on the slam. Give it up for Damani Thomas.
Imani, you have the floor.
So this is after Mahalia's I Wish I Missed My Ex. I want to talk about love in a time of quarantine. I want to talk about wanting a kiss from a stranger. I want to talk about the impossibility in that. Before there was this disease, there were diseases. They were calling people diseased. There were consequences to that. Selfish of me to want, such a selfish verb. So I want to talk about the last time that felt safe. Wanting an ex in a time where you can't have them. Longing is one thing. Longing in a time of pandemic is another. I promised myself I wouldn't make this about diaspora, so I will instead tell the story of my exes. A history of exes goes, a high school physics teacher once told my first ex I was only using them for sex, even though we never had sex. And after that, one only used me for sex. And somewhere in there is the story of someone that wanted attention more than they wanted a relationship. And somewhere in there is a history of repeated injury, but not of love for myself to end it. And I guess that's a fake diaspora, a story of the miles we traveled to get here. I wish I missed my ex, but there are so many things I have to find first. Like what of rap's most important unanswered questions? Like who let the dogs out? How many licks does it take? Is the square root of 69 8 something? A friend I once treated like a therapist said I deflected a lot. So I'll get back to the poem. I have so many things left to find, like a word for the movement of the heart when stuck in place. Shelter in place literally means stay where you are. Literally, I think I refuse to process past relationships and funnel that into infection I can place elsewhere. Am I stuck or refusing to move? I keep going back and forth between sad love songs and self-confidence. Maroon 5 songs about Jane and that one Justin Bieber song. My mama don't like you, but she likes everyone. The joke here, my mom didn't even know about you, so who am I supposed to forget you with? Just kidding. I'm so bad at writing love poems. So let me tell you something about intimacy. I wish I missed cuddling less than I do now. I'm a big spoon 90% of the time and the other 10% when I miss my ex. And on the exes, I have this ability to make everything I should have told them a lesson to myself. I'll tell you something about holding hands in places where you don't have to look over your shoulder. 24 and I have done this a handful of times. What a privilege it is to hold a handful of something that makes you feel good. Let me tell you something about being Black and queer. that dangerous intersection of abracadabra. 1 minute you have a home, and the next it is a Twitter thread full of people trying to steal it from you. If it's not the government taking something from you, it's a disease that neglects to knock before entering. I wish I had the language to say there are a few songs that move the whole of me. I'm so bad about writing about love, it hurts.
Thank you, Damani. That was Damani Thomas. Say maximum love to that poet. Yes. Before we continue, I just want to shout out our writing workshops. Rich Oak Events, we have writing workshops. I'm trying to think of like when these workshops are. Are they every first and third Saturday, right?
Every first and third Tuesday. Also, every first and third Saturday before the Alchemy IG Live open mic.
Yes. So every first and third Tuesday, we have an open mic. If you look at our Instagram page or Facebook page.
Saturday, every first and third Saturday.
As well as Tuesdays though, right?
No, every first and third Saturday, we have a workshop.
A workshop, right?
Yes, not an open mic.
I'm sorry, I got another drink. Every first and third Tuesday, we have a workshop. And every first and third Saturday, we also have a writing workshop. All of it is through Zoom. Check out our Instagram and Facebook page, Oakland Slam or Rich Oak Alchemy, for more information on how you can join our Zoom writing workshops. So let's see. It looks like Scriptures Raw got a 26.5. Lit, yes. On deck, we have finding out who won this $50 for this slam, but give maximum love to our last poet of the night. Give it up for Tokyo Terra.
Hey. All right.
Hold on. You don't have your video on, or?
Oh, okay. Oh,
okay,
I
yeah.
can do it off my phone. Okay.
You have the floor now. They can hear you too.
Sorry. Okay. It looks like I can't read off my notes and do the video at the same time. Does that go away? Can you guys see me?
Yeah, you went away.
Okay.
It's fine if you need to read off. They can still see your name.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll just do that. Let me just, all right, I'll just do it that way. You saw what you wanted to see. Saying you feared for your own safety, you saw what you wanted to see. A black man with a gun, a thug out for your blood, bang, bang, 8 shots fired. Instagram said it was 20. Either way, you killed one 22-year-old family man. I didn't know him personally, but that could have easily been one of my friends who looked like him, dark skin, bright smile, a whole future ahead. I mean it when I say black is beautiful. Beautiful before criminal, beautiful, not trying to be subliminal here. I mean it when I say black is beautiful. You can't tell me different. You can't convince me there was reasonable amount of just in thoughts that raced faster than bullets not needed to find a petty thief. Was all the gear worth it? The expenditure? Did your tactics yield the desired result? Was it worth it? Why try solving crimes when you just caused further damage? Ain't solving no case, piling more problems for the rest of us. Not safe for no one. If you treat each victim like no one. We're all someone to somebody, all this senseless firing and shooting of guns, but no firing of the shooters. Why? do you think we march and protest and disrupt civic order? It's for our future. We recognize sources of violence before you. What you're searching for is already in your hands. Bang. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. Everyone give maximum good energy, good vibes to Tara. And let's see, it looks like Damani got a 28.1. Lit. Once again, it's not about the points, it's about the poetry. While we're waiting on that last score, what else can I plug?
What are the other slams in the Bay?
Let's see, we have, are we talking about the slams that like exist or the slams that are doing things?
That are doing online stuff.
All right, so every Monday, if you go to Instagram at Legendary Collective, the Word Church, the Santa Cruz Word Church open mic is happening virtually every third Tuesday through Facebook Live. You can Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Are we on IG Live or not?
Not for the workshops.
What
those
about
are
the
on
slam?
Zoom. The slam for Alchemy is on IG Live.
Okay, so every third Tuesday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Oakland Slam, and Bay Poets Unite on YouTube. You can check out us, the Oakland Poetry Slam, our live stream. If you'd like to sign up for our Poetry Slam, like our Facebook page, follow our Instagram, stay connected with our events. We always have our sign up lists in our events for our virtual events every Wednesday through Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitter is the Berkeley Poetry Slam. They either have a slam that you can sign up for or a watch party of a previous live stream of the slam. If you follow them on Facebook especially, we always have that information about what's going on. And every first and third Saturday via Instagram Live is the Alchemy open mic. Litman Toast Crunch. And it looks like Tara got a 25.9. And I'm still waiting for Colin to send me all the scores, the total scores. So we'll have that in a moment. But for those of you who do not know, poets were not just competing for fame. They were not just competing for glory. They were competing for cold, hard, electronic, direct deposited cash. So we normally give out a total of $50 spread across 3 places. For our virtual shows, we've decided to maximize the amount of money that we can pay a poet and give the whole 50 to first place. So once I get those scores, and I think I just got all of them. I just need to write them all down. Oh my God, why did I do that? So do y'all want me to like announce everybody in their scores or just like the winner? How are we feeling?
How about just the winner?
Lit. All right. So I need a virtual like drum roll. I should think that there's an earthquake in my house. I'm going to pretend that I can hear this drum roll. In first place, winning 50 whole American dollars. Give it up for your winner of the night, Damani Thomas. Yes. Damani, is there anything you'd like to say to the virtual
Love it,
audience? Plug your social media, your Venmo, your Cash App, or whatever.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you all for being present and like writing and sharing the poems in a competitive setting because that's hard. And then yeah, shout out to the judges for like being here to make this happen. And then shout outs to Reggie's eye makeup, really.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about it.
Wow. This is not about me. This is about you. But thank you, Damani. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Scriptures Raw. Thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to Colin for scorekeeping. Thank you to Arvin for the live stream. Thank you to Tino for bout managing. Thank you to Chardonnay for running the workshop. Thank you to Prophet for promoting. Thank you to everyone who helped organize this event and was a part of it. This would not be possible if it wasn't for y'all. And just equally as important, thank you to you sitting at home watching this slam. It wouldn't be possible without you as well. That is the end of the show. Poets and judges, if you could stay just a couple minutes after the live stream ends so we can check in, that would be great. But thank you to everyone who watched, everyone who participated. This has been a great night. My name is Reggie. I have been your host. This is the Oakland Poetry Slam, and we will see y'all next month.